Hello, Liz. Hello, everybody on YouTube. And I'm going to record this for you and whoever interested in creating an artist name seal for your artwork. And this is a special seal that's created by an artist, Elizabeth Andrews, and she designed it with some seal script she found on internet. And this is basically a design I made based on the characters she chose for her name, and some reference I found. This is Lao Tzu, the grandmaster of Taoism, and I used it as a reference. And you might think this this is two words here, the tree and the child. So actually, I call we call this last name Li. My last name Li is Mu Zi, means a tree child. Maybe this is inspired by this, but I never discussed this. However, I used this as a inspiration because when I saw Mu Zi, I automatically think my last name Li. And here are the references I found with the first character, old. Old Li, or old tree child. It's but she separated the tree and the child into two characters. So this is the character for Li, and I just create more space and without connect any strokes. This is the character she provided. She liked to use. But when you design seal, you have to keep consistency of style because there are differences over time and functionality. So this is more like a hand style, but it's a lesser, a small seal script, and this is great seal script. So she preferred this wood, for example, and but not the child. But this wood will not match this old. That's the result. I put them together. When I put them together, it looks like this. So the problem is inconsistency of style, and I used a different reference for the for the character old, so you can now see the space are more evenly spread. So that's the fundamental principle of Chinese character writing. So you have to, no matter what style you write, the space between between those strokes, like the parallels, the parallels should be relatively equal, with one exemption. That's okay. Actually, here I'm making a mistake. This space should be here, more, but not here. So you cannot create uneven space. The space I'm talking about is this, that. So those space should be equal. So a good character should look more even, like. But you can have a loose space when you have no other stroke next to it. So that, like this character Zi, or the child here, this space are just are equal. So this space inside, this space on the left and right. And then when it comes to the last part, you can go as long as you like. Doesn't matter, as long as this center part is evenly designed. And the move, okay. Usually we prefer to squarelize it, so it would look more like this. But since my client like the pictograph, the more kind of pictograph, I do find in hand script, that character I reference, I showed earlier. This one is actually is a large scale script, but it's not completely pictograph. So I think as long as we follow the principle of even space, so I made this this character similar to the space, between those strokes, the negative space should be even. So this space should be even. So that's very important, no matter what style, even the contemporary style. So when you write your name or something in Chinese, you don't want to vary those space between two strokes. Keep in mind, that's very fundamental, unstated principle. But contemporary artists tend to exaggerate the contrast between the space here and space there. Even the ancient time, they do that all the time, because this character, once you go beyond the center part, you can extend it without any problem. Like you can extend that, or like that. So that's not that's the secondary principle. That means that if you have a main stroke which is not next to or in parallel to other stroke, you can express it freely. I hope this makes sense. But even without knowledge of those design principles, and you can see if this is better than that, right? So you see the space is squeezed because they are not equally designed, and this one makes more sense, right? So I'm going to do this one with the chosen to proceed. The first one, I just help to the customer to visualize the characters that she chose. So this one is what I adapted, especially the character Lao. By the way, the reading order is the same as the writing, which is from right to left and from top down vertically. It's the same as in ancient Japanese and Korean language, I believe. So we on the seal design, there's no change over 2,000 years. So when we write in computer, we have to write from left to right because the computer is set by the English writing order, so we cannot really write from the other side, left to right to left, right? So this is how we read from top down, from the right to left, because the book written in ancient time is on strips of bamboo or wood strips, and they are rolled just like a scroll. When you unscrew it, it would you read from right to left. That's why. Because the bamboo book or the the scroll, hand scroll is opened that way. You cannot read from inside out. Right? And this is a chemical called acetone I use to transfer my design. Because this is a negative carving, I think it's okay as long as I can see it. It's a little bit unclear, but I'm not going to remake it. I think as long as the alignment is correct, I will just do this part first. Use a reading glass. Okay. So when we carve, we have to do it like opposite of writing, from top to the bottom. I mean, from bottom to the top instead of from top down. That's very different. And because the nature of the knife mark, cutting, there's one side always smoother than the other side. You can see the chipping is on the left side if I hold the knife at an angle like that. So it takes 2 cuts to make a smooth stroke, both sides smooth. This small seal is only ½ inch or 2 centimeters, so it's kind of hard to hear the sound, right? The chipping sound that I'm doing. So I want to make sure there's a space between the two. They will not read like my last name Lee. I think it's the intention that Lees want to use this. I can imagine how she got inspired with this character, because this character doesn't read Lees, zi. Okay, 梨子 Li. Actually, Li is 木子 Li. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, if I want to make a nickname or a pen name, I can also call this Lao Li instead of Lao Muzi. I can just combine this to form a single character. That's how I got this design. We just simply separate the two radicals here. Make sure it's all connected. Okay. But if it's a single character, it must connect. It's a mirror image. Let's see from the design. On the stone, it's a mirror image. And I have a flipped copy here, so we can recheck this one here. This is a big head figure. It's a child, or it become suffix, right? Or just someone called it could be a master, someone, or just a humble. It depends on the context. Suffix. Okay. Now, Okay, normally I do this chipping edge first, but normally people do it at the last because it creates the kind of unique authenticity of the seal, because you can just chip it, and because of the randomness, it's not easy to copy. It also makes it aesthetic sense to make it one, and people sometimes put it in a box with other stones or objects, and just shake it, just let it clash to each other and create this kind of random chipping or erosion, that kind of antique seal look. But I can fake it just simply by carving, round up the corners and soften the edge, so it's not going to be very mechanical. And you can also use a very fine sandpaper. Let's see, I use this rough one to erase. And if you want to smooth out the cuts, you can use 00 grade, 000 000 grade. And just send off a little bit, make it one look. We'll see if we need to do more. He might reduce the width of the stroke. You may have to come back to reinstate the stroke. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to make a initial implant. Use my old one first, because it's got debris in it, and this is drier, which will help to make a more clean copy. Whoops. I see some cuts on the stone. I didn't realize that. Let's see. Some scratches, but that creates some kind of old look. I don't know if my client would take it or not. So you can see some scratches there. I thought it was just kind of the imprint, imperfect imprint, but now I can see it's the scratch on the stone. I have to redo the, not completely, partially, I hope. So, see if we can rid of that. It's pretty deep cut. I should have noticed it, so I can sand the stone a little bit more before I do the transfer and carving. I think it's enough. So I have to go back to redo some of the strokes, but I do like the fine lines you will see. So maybe I just want to do something to just make it readable, keep it readable. Let's see what happens. For one, or the vantage look is what we are going after, because it's an old tree child. The meaning is old tree child. So we want to convey that kind of mood or image of the old tree child. So maybe it's a good idea to have some lost and found lines, that kind of thing. More like a one strokes. I'll just clean up some debris first. See. So every mistake or incident is an opportunity to create uniqueness in artwork, no matter what form of artwork. A happy accident or some kind of divine touch is unrepeatable and usually could be incorporated into the finished work, make the result and unique, unpredictable. That's why I make this video also, because something will happen every time. One time I had an earthquake in the middle of the video. You have to run. I didn't run now, but it's shaking. So you never know what's going to happen. Okay, I will just wash it, I think, maybe. Is there some I have to brush very hard, get it out. You can wash it with soap or detergent. It's a stone, it's not a soap stone, it's not soap, but stone, so you can wash it, no problem. You don't have to wash it every time, but it's good, because for this kind of delicate small seal, I don't really carve. I couldn't carve too deep. We'll see. And it's like a relief. It's not perfectly flat. That's why we use a rubber pad underneath it. Okay. And you need to shake the seal press, and it goes around like it's shaking a little bit, but don't move. Shaking a little bit. Press really hard and lift. Wow. I kind of like the delicacy we got compared to the early ones. It looks older, I think. We just need to balance some of the strokes a little more. And I like the fact that these two characters are now more separated into individual characters, not look like a single character, Lao Li instead of Lao Mu Zi. 3 characters seal instead of 2 characters seal. So this accidental scratch and the erasing of the partial erasing of the strokes really helped to create this old vintage kind of look, or antiquarianism. That's why the word we use to describe the trend in late imperial time, when the artists and calligrapher or seal engraving artists all pursue this kind of old stone feel, stone and bronze feel. Yeah, it's like a bronze feel. Yeah, I really like that feel, like a cast seal. And this could be reached by the procedure we just did. You cut it and then you erase with very fine sandy paper, and you get this kind of feel. Really fine strokes. One more. I think it's done. I'm going to make another one just to balance this this sheet here. Okay, I'll sign it on the left side of the stone. Okay, my signature on the left. I will make a collection copy. Here are some recent sales I made this year, I think. Not this year, since last year. You can see a lot of them. And here's a recent one, You make and then I carve seal. And some are a surprise gift for someone. And many are Buddhist seals. Buddha or names, Dharma name seal. This one is the last ones I did. The artist names and the family names seal recovered from ancestor trees. The Japanese family and a calligrapher seal. In Japanese calligraphy class, we got this name, Dream Mountain. And here's the one for Liz today. The self-design I helped carving project. It's carving. Just shake a little bit more to reduce the grain. It's perfect. Yeah, I like the kind of tranquil or scenery of it. Not as a so pictographic, but very calm kind of. Still, you can see the it's a kind of between old or the great and the lesser or small seal script. So it's between round and square. It's very unique. And if you are interested in design your own seal or have me to create one for you, you can check the link in the video description. My current price will last until my birthday coming next month, so it will be raised by $10 every year to celebrate my birthday. So this year it will be my 65th birthday. So if you order between now and May 11th, you will still have the current price plus the stone of your choice. The stone may vary, depends on what stone you choose. Just tap gently on the seal paste. A little bit moisture will help to reduce the grain. Just press down and shake a little bit, rotate a little bit, lift. Just clean the residual with a fine tissue, not a paper towel, because the stone, if you rub too hard, this delicate line will become thinner and thinner, eventually got lost. So you can clean the seal with old toothbrush and gentle soap or detergent, like a dishwasher. I use, anything. It's oil-based ink, so you want to use a little bit detergent. Will help to keep it clean. And that's all for this project. Thank you for watching, and hope to receive more commissions from Liz. I know you have something in mind. It's a pleasure working with you. I appreciate it.